Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to my florals series. In these videos, we are doing botanical, organic, leafy, flowery patterns, 23 videos throughout the month of May. And we are filling up these adorable little sketchbooks and we are creating a beautiful garden on our Zentangle tiles. So today I've got my sketchbook, a micron pen, pencil, a blending tool, and an eraser. I also have 3.5-inch by 3.5-inch tiles from Zentangle.com. But if you don't have these items, you can use any pen, pencil, and piece of paper that you have around your home. Okay, let's open this up. All of our different florals so far. All right, so we are on number 13. 13. Can't believe we're already on 13. All right, and this one is called Greenery. I love this one. I just feel like I'm surprised at every single day. I'm like, I really love this one. I don't know why I'm surprised, but there's just so many amazing tangles out there. So this is by, I'm probably going to say her name wrong, but Jaxeline, Blanco, Ruiz, a CZT. Okay, so this is called Greenery. I love this one. Each day I'm trying to show you ones with different lines, different thicknesses, just variations in sizes, variations in, doing curved lines or straight lines or something more leafy. And this one is one that I just feel like you're all going to love, and there's so many fun ways to play with it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Ooh, or a lot. Okay. Oh, it always moves on me. Okay, I think we're good. So this one is 5 petals. So if you are not comfortable doing them in pen, go ahead and do them in pencil first. This little sketchbook is just a place to practice. So 5 petals. I have a cricket right outside my window, so if you hear that noise, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's kind of loud tonight. Okay, so once we make these little petals, then we are going to put in a curve from the top center of each petal, curving down to that point. Top center, down to that point. Going the same direction each time. Then we do that again, but we're going to begin partway down the line we just made and come down to that middle. Go a little ways down. And I guess the best way to think about it is that we want this thickness or this width to match this one. So this is going to look like it's folding over. This one I made kind of wide. So see how those thicknesses kind of match? And this is like, imagine a ribbon. Wish I had one handy I could show you, but like it's coming up and then kind of folding down the other way. Okay, and then in the center of each of these, we're going to put this little, I guess in the Zentangle community, we call it a seed pod. You know, it's this shape, like a pointed oval. So we're putting that right in the center, coming out into each of those little petals. There it is, there's Greenery. And it's amazing when we shade it, but I'll save that for the end. But isn't that beautiful? So now I just want to make a few petals down here, because this is our little sketchbook, our practice book, our place for ideas. So I just want to show a few variations. So one of the variations is you put in those two curves and then you do it again. Look at that. And then you could still put in like a little design in there. Another variation is to put in the two curves. I really hope you guys can't hear that cricket because it is a constant right now. And I don't have any option. There's nothing I can do. Okay, and then the option for this one is to thicken or darken those insides like that. And again, you could put a little design on the inside if you wanted. You could also do some little flicks with your pen on those little ribbony type things. You could put an orb in there. You could darken the back. These are just ideas. Just play and have fun. Okay? Maybe on the inside we do something more round instead of the point. Maybe we aura that. I don't know. So many fun things. Okay. I'm going to stop there and we're going to add this to our garden. So here is my garden so far. This is days 1 through 12. And look at how cool this looks. This is pretty fun. I love this. Okay, so we're going to add right here to this tile. Again, this is a 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch tile, and I'm adding this border all the way down my tiles just to give it kind of a little frame to rest in. All right, so I like to begin with pencil so I can kind of map out where I want these to be, and then we'll go over them in ink. So these are pretty big, bold flowers. I think I want one to be like right about there, and the other one right about there. Okay? You don't have to do what I'm doing, but that's just sort of where I want mine to land. So I'm going to put a little dot in the center of each of those spaces. And then I'm going to start adding my 5 petals, and you can do this in pencil or in pen. And you don't have to stay within this circle. That circle was just a guide for me to know where I wanted this to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I also strongly believe that this would look amazing as 4 petals or 6 petals. So if you make too few or you make too many, it will still work. It really doesn't have any effect on the flower itself. Okay, so now I'm going to put in the curve that way and the curve this way. And if you want to do one curve the same direction all the way and then go back and change directions, you can. Curve, curve. It might be easier to do the one direction first, but I didn't. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do my next one. And this one I made, didn't realize, but it kind of turned out small. And I want my next one to be larger. So I'm just going to kind of pencil in how I want that one to be a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 5. And I've got a short petal and some longer petals, and it's okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that first curve on each of those. Look at how cool it looks with just the first curve. And then we can go in and add the second one. I'm glad I made that one a little bit larger. So I think down here I'm going to do her original pattern, which just has that cute little pointy oval in the middle. And you're going to notice that some of your spaces are more narrow than the others, and it's okay, just fit in whatever you can. And then just sort of fill in this area in here so it really looks nice and bold and dramatic. Look at how pretty that looks. I'm going to add a little dot and that extra space on each one. I love it. Okay, now the big one up here, I think I want to do something a little bit different. So let me think about which one I want to do. I feel like I want to do that thickening. So I'm just going to darken those areas. And you could do something different, it doesn't matter. Mine are all different sizes, so it's okay. Just like how bold that looks. And then what should we do on the inside of this one? I think I'm going to do another seed pod, but instead of filling it in, I'm going to make it bold as well. Like that. This one's really narrow. I don't have much room for one, but that's okay. You choose what you want to do in these. Okay, I think that looks pretty amazing. I love that folded look. All right, we need to put in some stems, and I think these should be a little bit wide and have a bit of a curve to them. There's one. And we always want to go out the center. So if I'm having it come out the center and be a curve, it's going to come down kind of over here. All right, and then I love making leaves that match the petals. If you don't, then go ahead and pick any leaf that we've already made or a new one. But I'm going to make mine look like those petals like that. And then I'm going to do that first line and that second line. I think I'm going to darken the middle. I don't know why. I just suddenly had the urge to darken the center. Look how neat those look. I'm just going to do one over here because I don't have a lot of space. Okay, I think that looks pretty amazing. What do you guys think? Can't you see there's like so many variations? You could put striping in these. You could do that effect where you, let's see, let me grab my sketchbook. Let's make one here real quick. Okay, where you darken and then you stop and then you continue past it. Oh, now my cat's meowing. There's so many noises in this video. But look how you can do that and it makes it look like there's a reflection. Wouldn't that be pretty? Anyway, so many variations. Have fun playing with that one. All right, I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to get rid of all of these pencil lines. That's one thing I love about these kneaded erasers is you don't even have to rub it. You can just dab it and most of it comes off. Then I don't have to worry about smudging my stuff. Okay, I've got a little smudge there. All right, there we go. And as always, these look a little bit flat until we do some shading. Oh, I know what I wanted to do before I shade. I wanted to aura one of these. So I'm going to aura this large one just because that aura adds a cool, look at that, just a cool little additional element. I'm just going to stop at my stem there. And this is something you can do to any pattern that we make. Adding an aura. That looks pretty cool. And then the flower before it had these adorable little dainty curly Q things. And so I thought it'd be fun to add a couple coming out of the flower. You don't have to, but I just thought it kind of tied in well with the one before. And look at, you can crisscross them. You can cross over your border a little bit. You could have it be coming out by a leaf. Crossing over to the other tile. Okay, I always have a hard time stopping. I just want to keep going and going, but doesn't that look pretty? I like those little elements. Okay, I'm gonna do my large one first. So we have this first little bit of like ribbon here, and I'm going to put a little bit of shading in the bottom. And then on that second part, I'm gonna put a little shadow right here where this one kind of folds. Does that make sense? Let me blend that for you so you can see. So now it looks like this goes up and then there's a little shadow where it comes back down. So I'm going to do the same thing on the next one, that little bit in the bottom. Then I'm going to go to the other side and put a little bit there. Bottom, and then the other side. The bottom of the next one. And that little other side where it folds. Bottom and other side. Look how beautiful that is. Then I'm going to take my blending tool that already has some graphite on it. I'm just going to put a little bit in those bottom little center ones just to give that some color. Okay. On the bottom one down here, same thing. I'm going to do the very bottom and then where it folds over. Very bottom, where it folds. Bottom and fold. Bottom and fold. Look how beautiful that is. I'm going to do the same thing in the leaves. Bottom and fold. Do you do that as well? Like you come up with like a counting or a little rhythm and you just say it over and over. Bottom and fold, bottom and fold. I'm also going to do a tiny bit at the top of each stem where it kind of tucks into the flower. There we go. What do you think? I love it. I love it. I love it. This one is called Greenery. I keep forgetting to write the names on the back, but I do want to do that every time so that I can go back someday and look at these and know the name of the tangle and the artist who created it. Look at that. And we had those cute little bees yesterday called Bead. And I think tomorrow I've got another one planned. So there's our garden. It looks amazing. Again, I always feel like when I first draw it, it doesn't quite fit into the garden until I do the shading, and then it just matches the tone of the whole thing. So tomorrow is show and tell Saturday. I will post a picture, and I would love for you to share your photos, your projects underneath. As always, my show and tell Saturdays can be what we're currently working on, or it can be a completely separate project. Maybe you crochet or you paint, or you've been working in your gardens, or whatever else you do to be creative. So it doesn't always have to just be what I'm showing you, or maybe you took another class from a different certified Zentangle teacher and you want to show us that. So please, please, please feel free to share anything that you've been working on. And yeah, thank you so much. So today is the 17th. Tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. She'll be 19 on the 18th. And then sometime next week, I want to do a gratitude giveaway. And I'm going to be doing a random number. And you will be, let me see if I've got one here. One of my little birds. I don't know where I have them. But anybody who purchased a kit got a little hand drawn and hand painted bird from me. And so I'll do a random number drawing, and you can check the back of your bird, see what number it is, and I'm going to be mailing you a little prize. So that'll be sometime next week. I'm not sure yet when. And then at the end of the month, we'll be doing a collab with Audrey Shantz Art, and she'll be showing us how to do some watercolors on botanicals. So lots of fun things planned, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.